Jen.
Brian.
I'm Brooke.
And what we're going to do is we're going to show you what we worked on today, and or actually Brian and Brooke is going to show you what we worked on today. Okay, and it's more footwork. Right? Last time we worked on footwork, right? And this inside triangle footwork is a really important step. Okay, if Brian puts one foot in front, like a wooden dummy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, bend your knee a little bit. Yeah. Then the first step, and don't forget that when you do this with a partner, this little step out is important. Then come to a V and make sure you're facing his center, right? And then I have an option to step in front of Brian's legs, or if I have the room, if I step out wide enough, I can step behind Brian's leg. Okay? So either way, okay? And you want to practice both sides. But this little adjustment step that I take first, it's really important, okay? Especially if you're doing Wing Chun for a smaller frame Wing Chun, okay? So from here, then I'm going to slide in. I can cut inside, okay? Or I can cut outside his leg. Either way is right, okay? But just that basic footwork, okay? So now what we're doing is actually moving the hands with the feet, okay? And we're going to do it in a drill. So for now, what I want you guys to do is just practice the hand movement now. First, practice the footwork, right? Like we did in the last lesson, the previous lesson, the inside triangle footwork. And don't forget, step that foot out. See how I move a whole foot out? Then I step the other foot in, and I'm facing the top of I'm facing my opponent's center. Then I take my foot, slide in, okay? And then back. So take that little step out, triangle in. See how I'm facing at an angle? Because my opponent will be at the top of the triangle, okay? All right. So practice that. Get really good at that drill, and then now we're gonna focus. We're gonna isolate the arms now, okay? And what they're gonna show you is it's called in the Philippines they call it hubad. This is not actually the hubad drill, which means to tie and untie, right? Or like scissors, right? You close and open, scissors, right? So you tie your arms, you untie them. Tie your arms, untie. It's not that particular drill, but it kind of resembles that drill, so that's how I might call it tie and untie drill. Okay? So from here, one side is going to straight punch. Alright, so Brian can go ahead straight punch. Right? Now, he's not going to step in. We're going to keep a nice neutral stance, medium range, right? Good. Brian's going to punch, and Brooke is going to parry. Okay? Her other arm is going to clean or tie, right? Now her arms are tied, right? Okay? Now she's going to turn the hand from tan sao to lap sao, and she's going to pull, right? And she's going to plant the hand right by that elbow, and you know she's shifted, right? Like in the Chum Q stance, right? Shift, okay? Just a little bit. She's controlling the elbow and the wrist, okay? Then Brian's going to punch on the other side. She's going to take the hand, clean, white, and come to the wrist, or the elbow and the wrist. And she shifted to the other side. Now the other side punch, okay? And make sure when you do this, punch, go slow, pock, inside pock, okay? This inside pock is the same as when we do the foreman, you go here, outside gate, right? So pock to the outside gate. This hand is going to come up and tan sao. See that? Tan sao, drop your elbow. Okay? That's the tan, this is the defending hand. Then it's going to turn to lap sao as the other hand comes to the elbow. This hand comes to the wrist. You got it? So tan sao first. Get punch, parry, tan sao, now lap sao. Good, with a shift. Pak sao, tan sao, lap sao. Pak sao, tan sao, lap sao. Pak sao, tan sao, lap sao. This is tie and untie. You tie your arms up, you untie them. Tie them up, 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 untie them. Good. Okay? And make sure you're doing everything right. Go ahead. Good. Okay, and there's a lot of detail in here. One thing is, if let's say you are my opponent or my partner, right, and it's center, okay. So if the punch is coming at me, and I go pak sao, right? I go pak sao, right? So your center, you are now my center line. So the punch comes, I pak sao. But see, my hand opens the center line. So when it does this, the other hand takes over. As soon as I pass the center, right, the other hand already comes up to replace that hand with a tan sao, right? Then when that tan sao comes in, then I turn it to lap sao. When I lap sao, right, with the shift, my hand is moving away from your center. You see, you can see my face now, right? When you see my face, the other hand has to come in and cover the center and protect the elbow, cover the elbow. You see that? So it's very important that one hand is always at the center. When this hand leaves the center, this hand's ready to go. It covers the center, right? So you don't want to go like this, then like this, and then like this, right? There's big gaps in the center. You don't want that, okay? So really play tight, okay? All right. So punch Ryan. He's going to practice tan lao, pak sao, tan sao, lap sao. Pak sao first. Go back. Okay. Pak sao. Underneath. Tan sao, lap sao. Pak sao. See how he cleans under his arm? And lap sao. Right? That was wrong, but it's okay. Punch. Yeah. So pak sao. That's it. Pak sao. That's it. Pak sao. Always one hand cover the elbow. Pak sao. When you cover the elbow, right, it's hard for them to try to turn back into you. Right? To turn the hips and the shoulders, because you're controlling that elbow. Right? Okay, so this is good. Alright? Alright, so practice that drill over and over and over again. Okay, punch. Right? And then once you get comfortable, right? Punch. Right? You get comfortable. Sometimes I don't cover here. Sometimes I put my hand here, or my arm here, and I get heavy. This also does the job. Same thing, right? Okay, punch. Alright? Well, punch. So then you just speed it up, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not moving in yet. I'm just practicing. I want to get as much repetition as I can, right, with this drill. Right? You get it so that because the first thing you want to train yourself to do is when you get into a situation in the street or something and somebody you're arguing and all of a sudden you see him, he goes to punch you, right? You do not want your instinct to go like this, punch, and I go, oh, right, like this. Oh, okay, this is no good. Then you're Wing Chun. You're never going to be able to use your Wing Chun, right? You're going to be on the ground. So you want your instinct to do this drill. See, if that means my hands, I see a punch coming, my hands want to do what? They want to come up to my face and clean. Anything comes in here, I clean. I tie my hands, I untie them. Okay? So if we're here, right, and I turn and we're arguing, or he's arguing, he saw me punching out of my hand and wants to do this. Okay? Punch. I want to do this. Or even at the very least, you punch, and I go, hook, right, here. Right? I just want to get to here. Right? And then I can settle. Okay? You want to get your arms up, and you want to train your hand, punch the other side, right, to clean. To clean the hand, to protect yourself. Right? That way he punches, right, and I go, oh, and then he punches again, right, and I go, oh, right? Okay? I'm training my hands to keep moving, to cover my center line before I can start using my chi sao skills. Okay? So this is an important drill. Now you have that. Now we're going to do the inside pak sao. Okay, come here, Brooke. Right? So, punch Brooke. So she's going to do the same drill. Okay, keep going. Now, as she's doing this, whenever she wants, instead of going outside Brian's arm, she goes inside Brian's arm. Right? But yeah, this means that you have to go in, right? So she's doing everything right, but now this is where the triangle footwork comes in. Okay? So from here, Brian's going to punch, I do this drill. 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 Now from here, when I go the next move, see this hand? He's going to punch, I clean to the inside pox out, right? Then I come in, now my foot, when I lopsow, you're going to see me come to this triangle footwork. The other hand comes into the center, and I attack him at that angle. See that? So Brian's going to do it to me. I punch, lopsow. Punch. See how he's shifted so that he's facing me at an angle? This is important. Okay? And then when he goes inside, yeah, that's it. See? He's cutting me off. He's not coming straight at me. He's not coming straight at me. He's coming at an angle, from one angle, one side to the other shoulder line. Okay, like an X or a triangle, right? So he's attacking my shoulder line. So he's coming in from one corner to the other corner. You got it? Okay, so let's see a couple times. Punch crook. So practice. This is with the shift, and then whenever she wants, then she's going to go inside, come to the V step, no, come to the other side. This side, yeah, the same side as the arm. Now switch your hands, come to the chest or to the face, okay, and then step in. Your shoulders have to square up, and when you triangle step, you have to take over that space. So that means you have to step in more. Yeah, that's it. Good. Okay, got it? Move them. All right, do it again. Punch, 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 punch. Slide up, slide in. And that's it. Good. Okay? Alright, now punch Brian. Brian's going to go in, shift, slide in. That's it. Okay, so you see now the footwork, triangle footwork, being used with the handwork. Okay? Being used with the handwork. Okay? This is an important drill. Alright? You can also, when you do this drill, I punch, is when Brian shifts, he doesn't go to my wrist. The hand that goes to the wrist is now going to go towards my elbow. When he does this, the other hand goes to the shoulder, to the body, or to the face. Okay? And then, yeah, okay, so from here, he can do it that way too. So I punch, he's going to go, see that? Yeah, here. Then I punch. See how he covers my elbow and my shoulder. This makes it even harder now. Why? Because he's put up two walls. Wall here at his elbow and wall here at his other elbow. My elbow, I can't turn. My shoulder, I can't turn. So it makes it really hard. So he's put up like a big wall now. Okay? So now I try to punch, clean the other side. See? Then he's going to inside pox out. Okay? He's going to go inside pox out, then he's going to slide in. Yes. That's it. Okay? So you can practice that way too. Okay? You don't always have to come to the wrist and elbow. Okay? If I take a half, keep your hand here. If I take a half step in and I just move my hands, then I'm at his elbow and his shoulder. Okay? Elbow and shoulder. Okay? If I move back, I'm at his elbow and his wrist. So either way is right. It just depends on how close you want to be to your partner and how much you want to jam them. I personally like this position. Right? Okay? So then that gives you a lot of choices now. See? Okay, if Brian punches me, right? I can go to his wrist and his elbow to control. Okay? He punches, I can go to his elbow and to his shoulder, okay, and then step in. Right? Okay? So either way, right? Both is right, okay? Or punch. Okay? I go to his wrist and elbow. Then punch. Then I go to inside pock and I go to his wrist. And then I move into triangle footwork. right? And then I fire, come in. Get it? Right? So you have all these choices, how to invade the footwork, okay, with your hands and feet. Okay? Obviously, if you have sparring equipment, then you can go light. Don't hurt each other. You know what I mean? Okay, so he punches. Right? Then once you get this drill, then you can go to distance range. See, now he's going to be here. Okay, he's going to step and punch. Right? And I can see I come here, but then he punches again. Right? See, and then that's when I do this drill. Okay, over here. Right? Not like a boxer, like a kickboxer. Square. Yeah. Okay. So he's going to jab, right? Okay. He comes in, jab, right? Okay. Don't pose. We already talked about doing this stuff, right? Okay. You don't want to, right? And then let your opponent do whatever you want. Okay. So from here he punches, right? And I go, but then he punches again. Okay. Yeah, he's not going to stand there for me. So from here I go 1, right, 2, oh, yep, 3. You got me. Sneaky, right? And I talked, Gary Lamb brought this up one time. He says, as an instructor, don't be afraid to get hit. You get hit, right? Or you get tagged by your students. It's okay. Like Brian, he just got me, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because sometimes you're going to get tagged, you're going to get hit. It's okay. You just have to figure out, okay, what did I do wrong, okay? That time I should have probably gone inside. It would have been easier. So he punches. I come here, and he punches again, see? He's so wide that instead of going this way, that's where he got me, I should just gone inside, right? Done the inside box. So he punch, right? Yeah, inside pop. Right? So you can practice like that, okay? Or practice it with the box up. Come on. Right? So she's going to punch, right? And then like lead jab like a boxer, right? Okay, I can go like this, see? Yeah. And then she goes to pop, and then she goes across, jab cross, yeah, and then I step in, right? Okay. I did this to one of my friends who was a boxer, right? He's a boxer. So it's not that hard to do, to add the triangle footwork in there, okay? So you can get equipment on and you can practice, you know? Go at it a little bit with each other, okay? Try to pull off that triangle footwork with the hand work. Okay? You understand? You get it? All right, then the last one is the chi saw. Okay, so we're going to do it from Dan Chi. Right? Yeah, we'll do it this side that they can see. Now, the person on the bottom or on top is going to be doing the punching, right? So we're just going to do the drill. Just do Dan Chi. Drill. 1, 2, 3. Cycle. Keep going. See? So right, drop. Now right here, this is where Brooke is going to punch. If Brian wants to, that's when he can step out and move to this footwork and step in. Yeah, that's it. See? Okay? So while you're doing Dan Chi drill, you can do this. Practice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah. Another thing is, don't wait too long. Okay? What do I mean? If I go 1, 2, and I'm in bonks already, it becomes very difficult for me to get this hand here, right, and then drop. So I do it at like 3 o'clock position. If I try to do the move at 6 o'clock, I get jammed. If I do it at 12 o'clock, it becomes also very difficult, right? So what do? I do it at right when I'm coming up to 3 o'clock. So right here, when Brooke is punching, see, my elbow's starting to climb, but before it gets to the top position, I'm already moved. Right? And then I'm here, I have her elbow, controlling her shoulder or her body. Right? Okay. You can also do it from the wrist to the elbow. Right? So either one is right. Either way is right. Okay? So practice again. And yeah, that's it. Good. And see how he's doing this, and then when he attacks her, right? He's coming at this angle. Okay? You don't want to try to meet the force all the time. Okay? So you want to go around that energy. All right? So this is right. Now you're going to now you're going to attack Brooke. Come in 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, make sure you cover that elbow right away. And then when you triangle step, you need to step in. Yeah, that's it, okay? And then this is where you do the bounce pass, right? Bounce pass, or you shoot the basketball, right? It's up to you, okay? And then the last drill I want you to practice is punching with the other hand as well. So if you're here, and I'm doing Dan Chi, when you're doing a good partner should always make the drill difficult for you, but not dangerous for you. Okay, so what do I mean? If I'm here and I'm doing this drill, yes, we're using one hand. Okay? But if she feels like her arm is tied up, see, she can't use this hand now. So what's she going to do? She should, if her other hand is free, she should try to turn, face you, and punch you. Okay? If I do everything wrong, then she's going to hit me, or I end up having to redo this drill, right? Okay? That means I'm doing something wrong. She's doing everything right. Okay? I'm doing something wrong. So what do you got to do? So when you do this drill now, I want the other person to, when they're here, to try to throw that extra hand. See, now this is where I would go inside Pak style, switch their hand, and go in with the triangle forward. Okay, you got it? So practice. Okay? Because your opponent is always, if he has a free hand, he's always going to try to hit you with it, or grab you with it, or something. He's going to reach out and try to touch you with it. Yeah, so that time, she came straight down the middle. So what did Brian do? Instead of going inside Pak style, he went outside Pak style. Right? Okay? You can do that. That's fine. Okay? So now we're learning to combine the footwork with the triangle step. One, with the Chi Sao hand. It's okay. If you mess up, there's nothing wrong with that. You just keep moving. You should not train yourself to stop. Just keep moving. Right? Like when you got me a little bit, right? I can't say, oh my God, you almost got me, good, right? No, just keep moving, right? Finish the movement, right? Yes, good. Very good. That's good. All right, one more. Do the Dan Chi hand. Yeah, that's it, good. Okay, now you're going to do it to Brooke. Brooke is going to go. Yeah, but don't try to muscle so much, okay? And remember to stay in the center line, all right? Keep doing it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was good. Very nice. Okay? That was it. So you see how we're learning to move from one side of the triangle, if we have to, back out to the other side of the triangle, right? Right? But the triangle is not stationary. Okay? If your partner moves, then your triangle is also moving. So now my triangle is here. Okay? Then if you're moving away, then I have to move my triangle more. I have to keep advancing this triangle. Okay? So you don't want to be in one place. Okay? If I do this drill like this, right? And then I try this, my triangle's here, and then when I do this, and I try to stay out here, and then she punches me, see? But see, she can keep punching me. See? This becomes a problem now. Why? Because I'm not moving my triangle forward. And ultimately, you should be taking your triangle and putting it right on top of her triangle. That pushes her out, your opponent out. See what I mean? So you don't stay here like this, right? So when you're doing this drill, do it to me. Go. Right? When you're doing this drill, she's moving in. But if my other hand comes in, don't move out. You're moving backwards. Yeah. She's moving out. I can feel it in my arm. Don't move out. Keep advancing that triangle forward. Right? There you go. One. Yeah. See? Now move your triangle. Now move your triangle in. Yeah. See? When she does that, there's no way. I can't keep punching her because she keeps crowding my arms. And each time she comes in, I'm getting crowded. And she can move faster going forward than I can move back. So that's the strength of that inside triangle step. All right? So last thing, here, can you see this triangle, this big circle thing? I made this a long time ago, so I could practice when these guys aren't around. It's been 2 years. It's still here, right? All right. This is really good because it also I can practice like different angles, right? Right. But anyways, so you see this triangle here like this, right? So when you're doing this drill, triangle step, make sure you practice the detail. It's always a little detail. One is take the foot that you're going to, right, and step outside, step out. Then bring the other foot in and see how now my body is facing this way. Okay? First I'm facing straight. But once I step out and then I bring that foot in to V-step, see my body is now pointing that way to the top of this triangle. Alright? Then I take my foot, I step in. See? I'm still facing this way. Then back out. Now I'm facing center again. Step out. See how I step just outside. I make a little, it's maybe 3 inches outside, see? And then when I do this, I step, I V-step. See, now I'm facing the top. Then I slide my knee in, come to the top of the triangle. You get it? So when you're practicing this step, I have to go in the direction of the angle of the triangle. Okay? You can't do this drill like this. I'm still facing straight. It's not going to work. Right? You cannot do this. This is not triangle forward. I have to be this way. Get it? Okay? So that if you are planted right here, then I'm attacking you from one shoulder line to your opposite shoulder line. That's what makes this triangle forward work. You got it? So that's it. Questions? Questions? That's it? All right. So thank you very much. Practice the footwork now with the hands. Learn to tie your hands and then untie them. Learn to tie your hands, untie them. Okay? Learn to tie your hands, untie them. Learn to pak sao, then cover the center. Then lap sao, cover the center. The other hand, cover the center. All these, and then learn to do it with your feet. Your feet in combination with that step. Right? Little by little, we're getting there. Right? Right? So keep at it, keep practicing. And that's it. Have a good weekend, and we will see you guys soon. Thank you.